Emotional intelligence. A term that most people use to say that they're better than you. But in the case of Dungeons and Dragons, you're goddamn right they're better than you. Getting emotional in your campaign is an awkward task because it's scary and untreaded territory for most people. But you're a man, and men don't cry. Or a woman who doesn't cry. I don't know what you are. It's 2024. Be whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Unless you work for Bungie, you guys can suck my dick. If you're gonna up your role playing, you gotta get down and dirty. And sometimes that means shedding a tear here and there. Slap on that sad backstory and pander to that sucker more than modern day movie remakes does to minorities. Oh, who said that? I didn't say that. But there's a right way to do it and not come off like a cringy Tumblr fan novel. So take my hand, grab a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and let's set off. It's time to start crying. Oh, by the way, I just got a new microphone, so if it sounds weird, I'm still trying to figure it out. And if you got any problem with it, I will do nothing. Thanks for the critique, I guess.
Oh dear. This isn't good. What could this mean for my future?
Everyone knows of the stereotypes, the folly of an orphan looking for vengeance, the long-begotten woes of a slain child, the cruel machinations of the cock chair found within the leathery interiors of a run-down Holiday Inn. Not that I would know anything about that. Everybody's gotta have a sob story. After all, it's our lowest moments that define us and build character. However, my little spastic viewer, there is a correct way to go about it. Because unlike the folks on Twitter, you can't just trauma dump on your fellow party members the moment you meet someone. You really want to stay away from just lore dumping right from the beginning. It's not cool, it ends up edgy, and I think this word is kind of overused, but it's kinda cringe. Now, the edginess isn't bad, but it's how you introduce it. Let that backstory form how your character interacts with things. Then you can slowly start trickling information about themselves as the campaign goes on. For example, let's say your character has a sad backstory where their parents drowned on a ship. Well, you can't drown on a ship because you drown in the water. Would it be in a ship? After a ship crashes? I don't know. Anyways, you can start by having them be uncomfortable around water. Maybe they refuse to go on boats, or they could be like people at a Magic the Gathering tournament, an aversion to showers. Then as time goes on, you can build up to a scenario with your DM that involves a tragic situation with water. It could prove to be something they need to overcome. It's all about laying the pavement, but in a way that feels natural. You can't hit the big O unless you practice your digit dancing and a few tongue twisters. That's a crazy comparison. Somebody's probably said that phrase before, but I personally just thought and made that up. That's one for the books. It takes a lot of time and practice, but it can certainly lead to some of the best story moments in a campaign. Kind of like Tallahassee from Zombieland. The idea of a dead kid isn't new, but when it's preceded by his brash and happy-go-lucky attitude in the first half of the film, it hits the emotions way more than it should. The character aspect, not the dead kid. That's still kind of depressing.
You have to say it correctly, and you know what I mean.
No, you don't got to.
What do you mean, like nincompoop?
I'll let you deny the request to Edward.
Come on, Josh, just give him one pass, just once.
I will not say it.
Yeah, please
I'll
don't.
say it if you give me the pass.
Tears are a great way to... You know what? I can't ignore this comment. I'm legally required to respond in some way. Cover your ears, children. This conversation will be between just me and Mr. Piesto. Am I muted? All right, just go on TikTok or something for a minute. I'll be back. You little fucking sucker. This is the stupidest comment I've ever seen. And I've seen some absolutely god-awful comments on here. You're gonna come into my comment section and say I make garbage skits? That's my whole shtick, asshole. You want some goddamn valid D&D advice? Then you can go watch a Bob World Builder video for 15 minutes and rub your little smokies over there. No hate to Bob, though. You got dope videos. I like to watch it when I'm taking a bath. Is that weird to say? Probably. But that doesn't change the fact that this guy is a goddamn tabletop incel. So why don't you take my ADH dick out of your mouth for 30 seconds and enjoy the video for what it is, a goddamn D&D shitpost. That's what it is. That's how I do things, and I'll never change, baby, because I'm the goddamn greatest to ever do it. What exactly is it? I don't No, but why would I mix up the formula now? I've got the goddamn Powerpuff Girl chemical eggs injected right into my bloodstream, ready to release even more crappy guides until the day this god-forsaken platform runs me off to the nut house where I can make sweet, sweet love to your mother with the 55 poses I know from the Kama Sutra. So you and your European dialect or whatever the neckbeard accent you have can go back to playing JRPGs and mathematical space simulators to cope with the fact that nobody in your life will appreciate your existence. Your mama doesn't love you. Your daddy doesn't love you. Even the Croatian baked goods grandma sent weren't made with love because she took you out of her will since you kept yapping about how the anime poster on your wall is legal because she's a 1,000-year-old vampire when Mima is just waiting to kick the bucket so she can finally see her true love. Not your grandpa, but the Swahili prince she met on a cruise when she was 19. That's her true love. But you wouldn't know anything about love because you're too much of a coward that can't talk to the opposite gender, when in reality you just gotta have a nice personality and be able to spit some game. Because if looks were so important, then why in the world would Callie Uchis be with Don Tolliver? I bet that dude's got the best jokes in the game. Look at this pairing, it makes no sense. And you can't say it's money because they're both richer than either one of us will be in 1,000 different lifetimes. And maybe I'm just sitting here looking for some sort of self-fulfillment, trying to fill the empty void in my life, wondering what my purpose is, and for some reason that purpose is just making random D&D videos on the internet. Or maybe I'm just doing this entire bit just to pad out my watch time. But at least I'll never be a low-life basement-dwelling punching bag waiting to cream his pants at the next Marisha Ray fan meet at Comic-Con. So take your goddamn sanctimonious opinions, shove them up your keister, and direct yourself right back into your mother's fungus-filled and let me do my fucking thing, okay?
Wow, that was cathartic. I'm sorry, dog. I didn't mean any of that. That was kind of rude. Hey, you want to play some games later? I just got the newest Black Ops. It sucks, but the zombies mode is kind of fun.
Yeah, there's no meme here. It's just yeah.
I'm not really asking you to trust me, am I? High priest.
Emotions are a heavy game because no matter who you are in the world, everyone experiences them. Even a psychopath is able to realize the importance of them within the general human mindset. And understandably, that can be uncomfortable when you're trying to roleplay a character whose background doesn't match yours. I know, I was just talking smack about things being cringe, but brother, life is a balancing act. You can have too little and too much of good and bad things. It's gonna be a little cringy, but as time goes on, you and your pals will get so much better at roleplaying. And if you're scared of being made fun of by your friends, then that probably isn't a group you really want to play with in the first place. In the world of tabletops, you should be enjoying the moment with your boys, your compadres, for other people, your girlfriends. Point is, accept that you will be kinda cringy, but know when to just relax. Your ability to pick up on social cues should hopefully be able to help you with that. But how do you overcome that awkwardness besides time and practice? Well, this is where some people would tell you to just roleplay in third person, but I think that's kinda boring. And talking in only third person just isn't being true to yourself, which leads me to something else. I have a confession to make. Ever since I started this whole YouTube thing, I've been living a lie. I was afraid to show you who I really am, but no longer. It's time to stop and begin living as my true self. This is not my real voice. It's a voice changer I've been using since the beginning. And it's time. It's time to end this. Once and for all. Voice changer, deactivate.
Wow, I can't believe you haven't hit the subscribe button for Kosal yet. I'm feeling so lonely over here. Maybe you can fix that? When it comes to dummies and mommies. Oops, I meant Dungeons and Dragons. There's no other place you'd rather be. So come on, click me, smash me, and the like button. Bring that big, girthy D20 and critically hit me. You'll never forget it.
Whoa, cut. This is a family-friendly channel, okay? We already got enough pillow bumpers in the audience. Let's
let's save that for Patreon, all right? Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that only cost me $8? Huh. And I asked for the tame stuff. That is crazy. I like to have a mix of third and first person for the immersion. Number one rule, stop giving a fuck. That's a biggie. But other than that, you want to put yourself into the mindset of the character you're playing, making decisions that your character would do, not you. If you're trying to be sad, then get sad. Envision a sad moment you've had in your life and go at it. You ain't gotta be no Oscar nominee, but it helps to put yourself in those sad boy hours. Watch some movies and learn how some people get emotional. They start to talk a little slowly and there's a lump in the back of their throat that makes it hard to talk and oh no, you should probably get that checked out. Listen, Hermano, I'm not saying you're gonna change your last name to DiCaprio and start dating 19-year-olds, but you are gonna be a better role player than your friends, and what's more important than feeling superior to your buds? Oh no, have I been talking through my microphone the wrong way? Oh no, no, that's over 10 minutes. Oh, okay, all right. I'm not re-recording that.
Hello there, I'm Dr. Kosal. I've been brought in today as a guest speaker. It appears that you seem to be lacking a sense of social awareness, or as we like to call it in the medical field, societal premedicated educational diminishment, or SPED for short. It's a dangerous disease that infects your frontal lobe, but with enough patience, you might be able to live a long and prosperous role-playing life. It's not a condition you should be ashamed of. You'd be surprised how many I've treated on another platform. And it can be maintained by the simple act of listening. Now, I know it may be hard for someone of your demeanor, but if you made it this far in the video, then you, my good bro, are on the right track. Unless you skipped using the timestamps, then you're racist. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You can grab your wizard robes and shiny new Reddit account on the way out. You see, when you're sitting in a campaign, I recommend that you try your very best to listen to what's happening, even if you can only catch 50% of what's going on in your DM's convoluted story that has the pacing of an Amelia Bedelia book. This allows you to get an understanding of what's going on and when to interject with your own emotional details. You're also able to get a reading of other people's downtrodden stories and be able to connect them to your own. Now I know what you're thinking. Are you piggybacking your friends' ideas to further your own goals? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they can go fuck themselves. I'm just kidding. You just gotta make sure what you do is contextual. It's easy. Don't be stupid. Don't be an asshole. Pop a few Claritins if that's what keeps you from being the class pick-me girl. Nothing grinds my gears more than a buster interrupting me when I'm talking. So if you need to do so, make that shit important. You know, I had a lot more to say, but this video is already getting kind of long. I can always revisit this topic later. What I'm actually getting at is I don't really know how to end this video. I just moved to a new house, so Papa Dian's got a lot on his plate right now. Anyways, next video is a Christmas special, which is totally gonna get copyright claim, but that's fine. 'Tis the season of sharing after all. Tally-ho, darlings.